Hi, everyone. It is March 26th. This is your Association of Unit Owners Surf Tides Board Chair. Tim, you guys know me. I've been the board for a little while now. Been the board chair for a while. Um, let's see. I wanted to just give you a brief video update. I keep delaying doing this, thinking, oh, I'll get all my ducks in a row and I'll tell everybody everything. And things are happening so fast and so frequently. There's no way to sort of just give a cross cut. I mean, I'll tell you stuff today that could change a little bit tomorrow, but at any rate, um, I wanted to let you know we're near the end of the renovation project. That has really dominated board business. Not that we haven't done other things, but that's really been dominating the board's business and my attention for quite a while. Herculean efforts by Secretary Randy Crambulis, Lori with Treasury, and other board members weighing in on ad hoc votes to approve change orders for construction, et cetera. It's a very dynamic, ongoing process. There's a lot of stuff going on. At any rate, we're getting business taken care of. We truly are. Looking at the calendar, I just got off the phone with a foreman, and this week ends with Friday the 27th. The week that ends with Friday, April 3rd, the entire front of the building will be done. The posts are painted, the railings are up, the decks are walkable, everything. So the place is going to look great. We'll have the parking lot open with a temporary surface. That temp surface will be safe. It will be in place until we can do a thorough, reach up and second coat on that, which is going to require about 5 good days of weather. So we're going to reopen. I think the rentals can reopen, I would say second week of April, start booking people for the 6th. You could even put them in here on the weekend, April 3, 4, 5, and kind of get business going there. I need the revenue flowing for the rental units for people to get stuff in place. So I'm talking to you, Troy, and to Lindsay at Rental Management. You can start get things going for April. We'll get a good month here. So that's going to be going on. I don't want these three words used right now. Please. We are not done. We're not finished. We're not complete. We are close. 95% is 95. It's not 100. And until we're 100% complete, and I'll tell you what that means in a minute, until we are, don't think that something didn't get done that should have or that we missed anything. You can start reporting that after I say, we're done, we're complete, we're finished. And those three words are going to apply when the engineering company, J2 Engineering, our engineers, Dell and Ron, come out and do what's called a punch list on everything. They look at every last little thing that we contracted with Charter to do, and they check, 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 check that everything was done. Now, a lot of that punch has been done. They've already signed off on several big chunks of work, like the framing, for example, the tear down of the framing. Well, that's all done. So, um, but when it comes down to the trim and the painting and the decks and everything being level, et cetera, they do a bunch of tests to make sure that everything was done according to standard. When those tests are done and J2 says it's done, I'll tell you it's done. Project's complete. We're finished. Then, if you have any concerns, bring them up. Biggest concerns for owners is what's going on inside the units where the new doors and sliding glass doors and windows were put in. And the construction company is responsible for reframing and repairing anything on the inside of the unit. It'll be done. It'll be spackled, finished, etc. What they can't do is match the paint on your wall. So the interface between the door and the wall, that final last bit of paint, if you are in the rental pool and Surf Ties Plaza Rentals managing a unit for you, ask them to finish that. If you're not going to be on the property to look at it, say the week of April 6th. Our annual meeting, by the way, is the 18th. So if you're not on the property to look at it before then, have the rental management company or have a family member take a look at it so that you can start telling us in that second week of April, which is when I'm pretty sure that final punch will be done. You can tell us, hey, what about this? What about that? But please don't do the what abouts between now and then until we are. And I'll let you know. You'll get, pretty good email from me, from Lisa at the Charter Construction Company. That said, the place looks great. There are some pictures on the association website. As far as the progress, those reports come out from Charter. There's sort of two sources of information that I know have been coming to you on a pretty regular basis, which is, the updates that Randy does on the website for the association, uh, including pictures, and then what Charter's telling you each week, as well as the regular documentation for the regular business of the association. So, sort of leaving the construction aside for a minute, although some things sort of overlap, construction and regular condo business. But leaving that aside, you can see from our recent meeting last Monday, the minutes will be coming out with that, that you can see that we're just continuing to do regular business. And there's a couple of big items going on. One is the spa was as broken as so much of the other building. It was degraded over time. And irreparable. So it's being replaced. A new one has been ordered. We bought one. It's going to go in. The window on the east side of the pool is a temporary install because in order to get the new spa in, you have to remove the window. Put the spa in through there. It's the only way into the area for something that big. So that will be a lingering project. I've already mentioned the parking deck resurfacing being a little bit lingering. Other regular condo stuff that's going on is, again, with the pool. And that pool building between the spa and the pool and everything is a pretty expensive amenity, but it's also a very valuable amenity. It's a real sell for rentals, and it's a real good amenity for owners and residents like myself. So, but the heating, ventilation, dehumidifying in that whole area is shot. We knew it. We knew that the dehumidifier was shot. That ties into a larger system. There's a combination of heat, cool air, and ventilation that goes on that is very complex and requires a good deal of machinery. The ducting is good. We don't need to replace the ducts, but we pretty much got to replace the guts of everything else. And we have 3 bids coming in on that. I think we've got 2 and a third one pending to see what it is. But it's a pretty big ticket item. It's the kind of thing that your board votes to expend the money. But just like the spa, the in-ground spa was shot, our heating, ventilation, and cooling system, et cetera, for the pool is in the process of being replaced, and the pool won't be open until we know that it's properly dehumidified in there. Now, there's some temporary measures we're going to try to take as it warms up. We can do some passive ventilation. We can do some overnight temporary portable dehumidifiers to try to keep it open. But as soon as we start heating that water back up, it's going to send condensation after those walls and windows, and we have to really manage that. So the pool opening and closing is a little bit uncertain right now, and we'll keep you posted on that. Management is going to work on that. The other thing that's kind of outstanding is our landscaping. We have budget for that from the special assessment that we're going to expend. We didn't want to rush and push for deadline on landscaping because most important is to make sure that the west bank is retained, doesn't erode off into the street. We're looking at that, but we're also looking at what we're going to do out front. Part of that, because we are a dog-friendly property and a pet-friendly property, we need to be sure that the first thing that happens when people finish a long ride with their pet, they pull up, get in the parking lot, they come out, the dogs jump out and run to the nearest tree. I do too. I go to the nearest bathroom after a long ride. But we have to be able to steer that traffic down into the dog area and not on the landscaping out front. So we're going to figure out how to do that and also not have a big intrusive ugly sign, because the place is just so beautiful with the white railings, with the white downspouts, the paint job. It's looking really good, and we're not going to let the signs interfere with that. So, Randy's always saying we got 3 issues that all start with P, the pool, the pets, and parking. With the pool, we're going to continue to do our regular business to make that a good functioning, safe amenity. With the pets, we'll manage pets as they start to return to the property and be sure to direct traffic down. With the parking, we're working to make the upper deck safe to use. We're going to finish cleaning out the basement and reline that and make some decisions about how to, best use that parking space for the benefit of everybody. So that's kind of ongoing business. Let me take a peek at the minute, see if I missed anything. Probably did. There's too much going on to keep it all in my head. Um, two things. As far as I want to just give you an update. If you were at the last meeting, you would have got this at the ambience construction litigation that we have going to recoup some money for the repairs on the west wall. Um, that's actually moving along by legal standards. It's moving along pretty good. We have a uh, a meeting in April. I'm going to be deposed. They want to know a verbal history. They want to be able to interview somebody from the association. Um, so I'm going to gather all the documentation, study up, prep with a lawyer, and then let their lawyers have at me. Bring them on. And they'll have a certain set of questions. That'll happen in April. In July, we have mediation, which is great. We can sit down with our experts at the table, their experts at the table, me, their construction company, and say, me and the board, and say, what are we going to settle on here? What do we agree is reasonable? Our engineering company is very involved in that. Our law firm is doing a good job getting these things set up. So from that, we do expect a settlement. We just don't know how much. But if push comes to shove and they get weird about stuff in July, have a court date. We have a trial and scheduled for October. It won't go there. Nobody thinks that it's going to go to a trial. So hopefully summertime will bring some financial relief from that back area, from the horrible stuff that went on back there. And then we'll be able to apply that back to people, to owners. So we will keep you posted on that. The best way to keep up to date on this stuff is to make your board meetings. Just click the Zoom meeting and I don't know, put us onto the background. We have fun. So we like to joke that we're probably the happiest board in East Western Oregon. I don't think they're happier in Eastern Oregon either. We're the happiest board of directors for a condo association in Oregon. I just believe we are. So that's going on with the litigation. Small stuff. We're managing the unit that we own. Unit 154 is getting some updates to it. There's two units in foreclosure, one that's been in foreclosure for a couple of years, and another one, there's some action that's on that. And a lot of that is executive session kind of discussions because it involves legal, blah, blah, blah. So, but just know that that's being taken care of. You got an earlier email from management about some changes to the rules and regulations handbook. Those are designed, one of them was just a little how to pay your bill thing. The other, or how not to. The other concerns how we're going to preserve the work that we've done. I mean, we've got, over $3 million worth of repairs and stuff that's been done. And it concerns the type of furniture that you can have on the deck. And so please read those rules changes and know what it is. On the parking deck, we can't have studded tires and we cannot have oversized vehicles. They're going to tear us up out there. So no matter what we put down. So please read those and don't tack anything to the walls. And this was a long process. I was amazed at the pile of stuff that had been nailed into the walls of the building, and it's all been taken down. If you're missing anything, it's in the basement. If you're missing any deck furniture, it's in the basement. It's going to be there until I tell you that it's going to be thrown away if you don't get it. And that'll be coming up, in the spring, probably end of April. It'll be like, get your deck furniture if you're getting it. If you're not, it's going in the dumpster. So that the basement doesn't fill up again. There is some nice salvage wood from the project down there. We'll probably be doing some volunteer garden box building, or we'll try to integrate some of that nice pressure treated 4x6 stuff into the landscape here as we turn the corner out of construction and into the summer and start thinking about, how to make a beautiful place look even more beautiful. And your ideas are always welcome. Thanks to the landscape committee. We got 4 people who are looking at how we're going to landscape it here. And we've got a design bid that I think is getting approved today. That's how dynamic things are. It's like, hey guys, can we do this? So we are. So that's my rather long kind of catch you update. I'm looking up at anything else. The treasurer reports, everything. Again, I redirect you to the association website. That's there. We've done very, very well. We have come in. I'm going to be conservative. I got Lori in my mind. We have come in at over $300,000 below budget for the project, money that we that we anticipated spending, closer to 4 actually, between 3 and 4 that we anticipated spending that we didn't, which is great because that pays off, that pays off the um, line of credit with the bank. And the bank's been great. And the contractor's very happy. The subs are all happy. Everybody's been getting paid and we're doing okay money wise. So no overruns. What we ran over was on time. Did we want to be done March 1? Yeah. Does Mother Nature like our plan, or did she? No, because we really got belted out here with the rains this year, slowed things down. But all in all, we're there. We're closing it in, about 5% left. And I'm looking forward to the annual meeting in April. We're holding it both live downstairs in the community room and virtually. So I hope some of you can pull in on Zoom, but join either way. And I hope it's a celebration of just how beautiful this place is turning out to be. So hope to see some of you then, and continue to watch your email and check the association website for updates. Best regards.